Alright, here we go. We're back. So, you see the name on top right? I got TechAMEK here. Say what's up.
What's up? I'm TechAMEK in here.
Obviously, with the patch, Bedman got some surprising changes. We all thought Bedman would just get straight up buffed, and we were kind of...
Yeah, we were hoping, but
Yeah.
can't get always what can't get what you always want. But
yeah. And the changes were a little different. I mean, as you said before, before the video started, you read them and you were like, what? Like,
Yeah, originally it was sort of just like glazing through the patch notes. It's like everyone's like got more HP, everyone's doing more damage. Because it's like, I don't know, they're trying to shift around the numbers so they can decide what's doing the damage, like what you're going to see, like what's the new thing to route around. You're not going to just get damage for free now. You got to route into special or into certain specials to get your damage now. So when you look at Bedman changes, you just see sort of increased defense, all his moves do more damage, decreased guard crush, and then like a little bit of extra changes like the bomb homes now and the install is like better. That's what, like, at a very fundamental level, that's what you're seeing. But literally every single one of his specials do more damage. And he has so much more HP now. It's ridiculous. I can straight up, like on defense, half the time, I'm not even thinking about how to block. I'm thinking, how can I survive just so I can get 100? And it's usually just, okay, backdash twice. And then if I die, I die. And I mean, I won't die is the idea. I'm gonna build that meter, and you're gonna have to deal with install and neutral. Because another one of the changes that isn't really, it's not directly noticed, or it wasn't directly stated, but install has a 10% defense bonus given, and it's now better because that 10% is now on a higher number. It used to be pretty not noticeable because the HP pool was pretty low. It was like a midway, right? But now that it's so high, when he's install, I'm pretty sure he has more HP than Pot when he's installed. Like, it's... You're punching a steel wall. You're, like, doing no damage. It's crazy. And another one of the noticeable changes is Darts does a decent amount more damage now.
Yeah.
It doesn't really notice on Asuka here, but it does, like, I don't want to get hit by this damage anymore.
Yeah.
It hurts. And on top of the meter it's building, because this install is so scary. This is the main new thing here. You would do this, you do that, whiff, and then that guard crushes and you hold that Oki. And now you're holding plus 70 and you get hit by like a high or low, you're going through that wall. Yeah. And you're going through it again. It's tough.
Yeah. And I guess, like, I want to ask you, like, why do you think they did this to Bedman? So,
they
like, when
changed the guard crush.
Yeah.
It's sort of I assume the general theme of the patch was trying to make all the really messed up stuff, like, a little bit not as fucked. But what ended up happening is it's not horrible, right? So what they ended up changing is there's 7-ish things to think about when it comes to Bedman's guard crush. You have level 1 here. You have there's uncharged. You're gonna see your semi-charged, and then you see your full charged, like that. So what they changed is no charge is the same. It is the same move. It is still plus 3. It's still your bread and butter. You're gonna do it as meaty right here, and then you're gonna hold button down, run your shit, stuff like that. That's the same, unchanged. The thing that got changed, which is probably the most impactful here, other than what we're gonna bring into later, is this semi-charge is now plus 9 instead of plus 11. And so what that means is it's not necessarily. It's kind of a nerf. If you're wanting to run up close slash afterwards, it's going to be a bit of a nerf because you're going to be able to mash it pretty easily if you FD it. So that makes it much more interactable, which is a fair change, I will say. Getting to close slash people after semi-charge is pretty boring. It might look boring to play against. It's boring when I do it as well. But now what it ends up doing is because my far slash is 11 frames, what ends up happening is if you try and fuzzy jump here, it's gonna auto time your catch. It's gonna auto catch your fuzzy jump because there's a 2-frame gap there. It's gonna be plus 9 into an 11 framer, so it'll catch your jump there. Okay. And then my other option now, which is even better, which I'll get into in a second, is this 5H. If you press 6P to try and preemptively beat that far slash, you're gonna die. Like, straight up, if you try and 6P this, you're dying for that. Like, I'm gonna run up, do a 2 and 4K, pull up 5K. Yeah, actually, let me show you the B&B real quick. Okay, this 6P this. Like, you're in for it.
Yeah.
I get install at any point here. Like, it's a lot of damage. And it's really nice to have that, because you get that mid-screen now. It used to be you would only get that in corner. Now you get it everywhere. But, okay, that's just for the semi-charge. The full charge you aren't going to really see very often. It's plus, I believe, 15 now. So it's sort of just like, it's not too impactful. But basically, the semi-charge and the full charge, you're not going to see full charge very often. This is a very, very gimmicky move. its push block is kind of bad. But the thing that got changed that's the most notable is the head themselves are different guard crush now. So you have level 1 head, you have semi-charge head, and then you have full head. They are all way less charged. The frame data I'm pretty finicky on. They're big numbers basically. In the past, there wasn't much of a distinction between the heads. One, like uncharged, semi, and full were basically the same move. Everything intended. You like I was talking to another Bedman player after the patch, and they didn't even know that the heads had different guard crushes on them, which is kind of crazy for someone who has they had 3,000 levels on the character. They didn't know that. So yeah, it was pretty gimmicky. Now it's definitely more impactful. So here, this is one setup that is noticeable. This empty low here, you can actually throw now because the head bomb off this uncharged is not that plus anymore.
Yeah.
So, and then if I get a semi-charge here, it's actually plus enough to get this empty low. That's real now. You can't throw that.
Gotcha.
Which is noticeable as well. I mean, it is RPS anyway, because if I do no charge here, I can also bait your throw with a JD here if I don't fuck it up. I always bait that and do something like that. That's the idea. But the head bomb, it makes it so that the bread and butter and corner as well. If we go over here and you block this, this lockdown here is it's gonna be much faster. I used to be able to sort of do this, then pull up, then dash up a little bit to get the semi-charge. Now you can probably throw that. There's much more room to interact, which is much better, I will say.
Yeah.
I will take having more HP over complete lockdown pressure, whenever I can.
Yeah, of course. And like you said, so they wanted to make it a little more interactable, and this kind of goes back again. I made a video, kind of strive like a dumbed down game, kind of baby mode-ish, and it seems they wanted to characters that you just didn't really know what they were doing, or they just to the casual audience.
Specialist characters,
yeah, exactly. It seems like they just kind of toned it down to make it easier for casuals, either to make them more accessible, pot, or to make them just not as confusing to
make
fight.
them easier to manage would be the idea.
Exactly. And actually one of the
characterization, if you will.
Yeah, one of the characters is actually on the screen. So how you mentioned the bomb head change. For example, last patch, the lightning pages, the RMF, level 1 through 5 on block, all plus 25. The only thing that changed, was the damage.
Was it launch height? Oh, damage, I see.
Yeah, they were all plus 25. Same frame data. Now, this patch, level 1 is plus 7. And then it goes 7, 9, 11, 13, and then level 5 is 15. So it's
Alright, there was one thing I still need to mention as well, is there's one more head bomb, most notably, that you're going to be seeing probably the most of this patch, now that they've changed install, is that install head bomb here. It went from plus 64 to plus 62. So this bomb is almost unchanged.
Yep.
So you're going to be seeing a lot of this bomb, a lot of it. It's really good. It goes full screen now. So you're going to be seeing a lot of bomb into whiff spin. You're going to see bomb into whiff, really anything. Whiff Mal, even. Just stock another one, and then you're going to get empty load or something. You're going to be blocking, basically.
Yeah.
And currently, the head bomb's actually bugged. Right now, if you use it in the air, it goes up. This should hit Asuka here. It actually doesn't because it's supposed to go down, but it goes up instead.
Gotcha.
Which is I saw interesting on the patch notes. I got mixed by the patch notes. They released that one bug pack or the one known bugs, and it was we know that. What is it, Leo was bugged or something?
Leo Kai, yeah.
Yeah, they were Leo Kai, we know these are bugs. I'm reading over that, I was oh, it was just a miswording. The bomb is supposed to go higher. And then they released, the second patch, oh, okay. I'm very confused why they put into 2 patches. It kind of makes me a little bit there.
Yeah, a little, I think, they were just, there was so much. And, yeah, you mentioned the change with Bedman, how his HP is just absurd.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I think you were feeling it that one time on Sin, where you were just kept putting into me. Taking it.
Dude, his HP is, I believe he is now the top 3 in HP.
Yeah, he's top 3, including Asuka. He's number 2. He's under pot. It goes Asuka, pot, bed. now. That is the
Which
maximum.
is absurd. And he
Yeah,
still has no
it's
guts.
crazy.
And he still has no guts.
He still got no guts. No guts needed. He just got that raw defense.
Yeah, and this is crazy because he was a character that was actually in like the middle of the pack. I believe like middle to like slightly.
Yeah, he was right under. He fit snugly under Kai, I believe. He was under Kai and then over Mei. I think is exactly where he was.
Which was a big. I remember Bedman players were like, "Yo, why do we have less HP than Kai? Like what? Like you know."
I remember having a joke where I would go under whenever someone complained about Slayer getting two touches. I'm like, bro, every character two touches me.
Yeah.
That's just my character archetype. I'm so big and bulky, but I'm so squishy. But now, no. Now with this, I'm God. You can't do anything about this. You gotta hold this.
Does this new Bedman, now that you don't have to be as scared due to having HP, does this patch help your playstyle, or do you just play differently?
I think in general, the bomb changes don't get rid of that much. They get rid of some less inspired block strings. Like you won't be seeing like this particular block string of, let's say I have head bomb here, and then I'm gonna do an extension or something, or I would do the exact extension would be like I do 2H and then I cancel it early, like that. You're gonna be seeing a lot less of that because that isn't real anymore, and no one really liked that block string. It was a very boring block string. You're not gonna see it a lot anymore, which is nice. Another mix that they got rid of most notably is gonna be your, let's say you block 2H here, they do a super jump JH, and they run the JD on you, and then they use that Pierre. That is not real anymore. You can mash that now. The bomb, or you can mash it off level 1 bomb. So now you see, you gotta pay attention a little bit more. You gotta know what charged bomb he has, because that's real with full charge. It should be at least, because that would be plus 60 or plus 50 something. Yeah, that's real now.
Gotcha.
Which is nice. I love a little bit of complexity to my character, and I will take being able to think a little bit more to also being able to play defense much easier.
Yeah.
It's very nice to be able to actually play defense on this character. Another thing that they changed about... Okay, so Install got 2 buffs. It got faster recovery, not directly. It got 1 buff directly. It's faster recovery and the airs do more damage now. And this recovery is very important because it crosses a very important threshold when it comes to frames. It went from 16 to 12. And now that's a very important number because both Burst and YRC are 14 frames, which means now that if you get hit and I just happen to do this, I'm blocking that.
Wow.
Yeah, and now you're gonna be holding some of the most messed up pressure in the game with no resource. Like it's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna get mixed. It's gonna happen to you. And even if you do hit back, you're still gonna be dealing with one of the tankiest character in the game. I believe more than Pot when he has install. So it's tough. It's not an easy thing to deal with.
Yeah.
And another notable thing, excuse me, is when I used to do 2H, I would tell everyone you get a guaranteed YRC point during 2H. So if I were to do like close slash 2H, like you get a guaranteed YRC here. But now if I do this, I can do an install and then I get a juicy punish here.
Yeah.
It's very nice. I'm gonna pick up a JS there. I can kill you for it, basically.
I remember the meme.
Very nice.
I remember the meme of on Bedman's launch and throughout, I guess, until this patch, when he'd kind of hit you with 5H.
The GC Yoshi video?
Yeah, kind of hit you with 5H mid screen and literally
the optimal
nothing.
combo used to be like this.
Yeah,
was that
absurd. So yeah, no, it's cool they actually kind of dialed down on that. Do you think that maybe these nerfs and buffs kind of allow for more player expression within Bedman? Like, do you think you'll be able to watch other Bedman players and be like, okay, I can see
being able to survive more is going to give more player expression because you're going to be seeing people live for longer. But the install changes is very nice. There's a new combo as well here. If you get hit by this 2H, I get a full pickup here with install. I can do a 5k pickup, boop.
Yeah.
And then run my Oki now. That is completely new. That was not... Imagine launch Bedman pulling up and doing that to you. That was all new. None of that worked. 2H didn't launch that high. 5k JK didn't pick up like that. None of that was in the game. So it's very nice. You're going to be seeing a lot of people just installing and like wall-to-walling you. It can happen. Like there are BNBs. There's some crazy combos going around on this character where you just get pulled up on. They're using all this errors. You're going sky high. You don't know what the hell's going on. And then you go through the wall. And now you're holding like plus 62 post wall break with like bomb. It's absurd. Yeah. It's quite nice.
I have to imagine though. So we're talking a lot of like positives about the character right now. But I'm sure that there's some matchups where, these little gaps being left just hurt. Like, hurt more than the other changes that he got.
You would think, right? But the craziest part about this is you have to think about what reducing a fairly large number to a slightly less high number incentivizes people to mash on what is effectively plus 38. So you still, even if it's like, okay, it's not as good now, you don't want to mash. You really aren't, you don't want to mash Bedman too much. Because if you do, you might die with this new damage. It's like, even if it's not just as plus as you think it's going to be, like, you could die at any point in time. It's like, yeah, it's got more gaps in it, but honestly, sometimes having gaps isn't that bad. It's not horrible.
Yeah.
I will say.
Yeah.
And the lockdown was very gimmicky. You could FD it, you could get out. So it wasn't even the strongest part of his kit. As much as people say, the memes of, oh, Bedman, block screens are just cutscenes and whatnot. You could interact with, deflect YRC. You could FD out if you use your meter all in one burst, and you could jump out and stuff like that. So it wasn't that, big of a loss. And I will say, playing in some tournaments recently, I've been getting much better results on this new character because I'm just living more and I'm just doing more damage, is what it feels like.
Yeah.
It feels so much nicer to play this, character in tournament because your bad matchups like your Bridgets, your Chips, your Milias, they don't feel that bad anymore because these characters are building you so much burst and you're becoming so much more of a hindrance in neutral now. Because even if they cheese you out, it's like, dude, you can keep hitting me all you want. I'm getting my White Wild Assault back. Oh, and another important thing about this bomb change is with my White Wild Assault, this pushback, I'm now getting very consistent pickups off of it as well. Even if you block this White Wild Assault, this bomb is going to chase you down now. Like, even if you block it in the air, you're always going to see that lockdown now. It's very nice because you're going to be getting your Wild Assault so much more now. So you're going to be able to just take advantage of the fact that your errors make it plus now. It's very nice with the new HP damage. You're going to be enforcing a lot more now. It's very nice.
I'm sure though that, do you think this the errors do more damage? Do you believe like maybe this solidifies him more as a zoner now, since there's actually a reason? Because I know versus like Happy Chaos before, and characters that want to get set up, sometimes they'll just get hit by the projectiles. Like, like, oh, okay, cool, I got hit. Okay, cool, you're gonna let me pull out the gun, right?
It out. You can see your HP. That's Oscar mana. It's moving. You can see that. It's like, it's a real big de-incentivization, or it really de-incentivizes you to like try and just tank that out. Because you're building this super tanky character now, a bunch of meter, and you're trading a lot of resource in the form of HP versus it, and you don't want to be doing that. It's quite nice. I had, like, the best visualize this HP change is, since you're literally just taking a character and you're giving it 1/5 more HP, the character is essentially getting 1/5 better just by default, because you literally just have you're 1/5 more of a character now. So like looking at his matchups, even his worst ones now, you can imagine a full matchup chart. You can just sort of just put all the characters up a single peg, is what this HP change feels like, at least in bracket. It's ridiculous.
So we're gonna say buffed. Like, he's better.
He's definitely buffed. Okay. He's much better. You're gonna be seeing a lot more Bedman now, especially in bracket. I'm so scared to see what characters like, or players like Rezel are gonna do with this character. Demons over on the other side of the ocean here. Rezel notorious for his unwillingness to block. Being given this much more HP, he's gonna be a menace in bracket. You're gonna see him pop up. You're gonna see him everywhere. It's gonna be ridiculous. That man's gonna win Arc Revo or something.
Yeah, no, it's crazy that, he went from, this big tanky bed or big bed, but, actually wasn't a tank.
He went from fake big body meme to genuine big body, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I'm glad that he's actually, this is the first, that's the first actual really positive heard about Bedman after a patch, so. It seems like,
it's quite nice.
And
there's another slight change that they made as well they changed bomb. They also made a slight change to his chain explosion. It now launches on hit much better to make it much easier to confirm. So there's a setup here where like I would hit you with like spin here. I would do JSJD. And then I pick up with this. That would sometimes drop just based off how funky it was, the chain explosion. Now it doesn't drop anymore. Like, I have not seen this thing drop. It launches so consistently. It's very nice.
Okay. And also, did they nerf his 6P, or was that just
His 6P lost like 2 pixels. It's not noticeable.
Okay. So
In
nothing
fact,
crazy.
yeah, it's literally just it's like the same move with like 2 less pixels. It's the same. It's still Bedman 6P. It's quite nice. It's very good. It's huge.
Have you heard any Bedman players that have, lab Bedman and gone, oh my god, like it sucks that Bedman gets the baby treatment because
No, not quite.
people
I
couldn't
think
lab.
the only complaints I've really heard about it is sort of like off snide, sort of like, well, they never really figured out how to deal with the malfunction pressure, and I guess they won't have to anymore. I remember GC Yoshi saying he was a little bit it was like he was disappointed that his students never did the homework and got validated
Yeah.
for it, but it's not the biggest thing in the world. He's still got his hover, he's still got his guard crush. You're still gonna be dealing with pressure. It's no easy way out. You're still gonna be having to press on it. It's not a free out by any means. And now that he has vacuum JS here and he pulls you in just like a mix and he gets a full combo off it, it's like, yeah, it's up.
So, okay. So again, the changes is crazy because, like you're saying, like you're talking about the character like so good now, and it's not even like crazy change that he actually got. It was kind of just simple changes. So let me ask you this:
simple, but the HP it's so much. It's 90 extra HP.
If you could rate his offense and neutral from last patch to this patch, what would you
I
give
would
it?
say his offense, you can't flowchart people into mix as easily, but you can still just do mix outright. You're not okay. So like when I think mix on Bedman, there's the JH like P error goes off JD mix, and then there's just JS JD, or you could pull up JS throw them. Like you still have the majority of your same options. You're losing out on a couple niche like uses of your guard crush because not many you could like maximize, like you could use every frame of that guard crush, or you never really had to use all the frames, but now it's like, yeah, I don't really have to use all the frames of it, so I just won't anymore.
Yeah.
Oh wait, this is a new route here. Final hit, stick, spin, now combos into that. That used to not work. That's new. You can get casually there. And then post wall break, you're dealing with that error. Oh, right. Here, let me wall break you real quick. Let me show you something. You can get install here. Post wall break here. This bomb is so big. You can't backdash it. You can't do anything about this. That's just on you. It's quite nice. Even without the install actually here. If I just do a normal wall break here. This bomb here, you have to hold this now. Like I could run up close slash, I could run up, walk back, bait your throw. Like, I could do a lot of stuff with that. It's quite nice, and it's quite nice knowing that how I route into what bomb I have post wall break is also, it sort of matters now. Because if I break wall here with like this bomb or whatever, I get like a semi-charged here and I break wall. I'm gonna be able to probably even, I don't think off semi-charge you get it, but off of full charge you're probably gonna be able to get an empty load here. It's gonna lock down enough, which is it's a big change.
Yeah.
It's quite nice being able to actually run Oki without having to spend meter for install, because install is quite nice, but it is sort of hard to route into sometimes.
Yeah.
Where it's like here, I could probably get it with like 5k into like spin here, but I probably can't get a wall break. But if I were to do just like a normal pickup, get a malfunction in your corner, and then just wall break you with super or something, like who knows, I can now get actual Oki off it. Because it used to be the only Oki you would get here, you would get an IED forward JS right here, which that loses to 6p. So it isn't, it isn't de facto. Because I could also just fake it out. I could do like a JH with Punisher 6p or something. Yeah. But now I genuinely have, for the first time ever in this game, without having install, post wall break Oki. The first time ever. It's so nice to see.
Yeah.
This doing something.
Yeah, he's come a long way, and it's so crazy because when we watched the gameplay trailer, or I guess when I say we, I guess I mean the reactions on Twitter. We saw the Bedman change. We're like, what even was the Bedman change? Like, what?
Well, we were like initially, right? I saw some bingo boards where people debating where there was two choices: the bomb just goes further now, or the bomb tracks. And I was among the group. I'm like, there's no way they're making this thing track. It just goes a little bit further now, probably. Yep. And like, you know what? Nope. It just goes full screen now. It just goes full screen. You just get to pull up now. which
So
ends up turning into a very fun mind game here on Bedman. If you block this +3, and I sort of like zone you out now, you're in a situation where you either want to run back or you want to run forward, because you don't want to be in this middle ground here, where I can then pull up and run guard crush on you. It used to be, oh, just walk away, just don't come near, because the bomb is coming nowhere near you. It would land like here or something. It would not come anywhere close. But now it's like I can pull up. You got to go into the Bedman zone now. You got to approach the big body that's going to start to actually kill you with some decent damage.
it's a scare factor. It's a good scare factor, right?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, no,
It's
that's
sort of like, it's the same mind game that this era has, where like this is going to be like doing it, but it's not that advantageous, and it can whiff at times. But the bomb is very scary. This is like, I don't really get anything off that, but this bomb here, oh yeah, you better start dancing.
yeah, of course.
You better start dancing.
Yeah. I guess kind of back to the question. So, neutral in offense, better or worse from last patch? I'm curious.
Better or worse? His neutral is going to be better. Just straight up,
Yeah.
H-bomb is better. He has more HP. He's going to have White Wild Assault more. You're going to be dealing with more bullshit more than ever, because you're going to have to damage him more. There's 1/5 more Bedman on the screen now.
Yeah.
So, straight up, his neutral's better. His offense is slightly worse, I will say. Not being able to get a guaranteed lockdown off of some of your normals into these malfunctions are gonna, suck at some times. But, it's Bedman, he's got hover, his pressure's as good as ever. He's still gonna pull up, run JS on you, and you're gonna hold it, and you're gonna die off of like a close slash into 5H.
Yeah,
so scary.
It's crazy. And again, it's like, it reminds me a bit of like the Johnny changes, where it was just like 3 changes.
Just a small change.
Yeah, just small changes, but like they just fit the character so well that it just boosts him, up. I will. I mean, I'm sure you've been playing.
I've been playing hefty.
A lot of Bedman.
I've been playing some brackets. Yeah.
Yeah, you've been playing his matchups. Like you said, it feels like all the matchups you got to kick them up now, right?
They got to go up a notch.
Do you think there's a chance that Bedman is and I know it's early, but like a solid mid tier,
solid like, tournament pick, mid tier? I could see him. As a tier, I could probably see him where potentially even where Asuka is. He's sort of the same archetype, same gimmick, that pretty powerful mid-tier character that you're gonna be seeing sometimes storm like brackets. I could see him near.
Bedman bros have come a long way.
Bedman, the highest he's ever been on a tier list. Mid-tier.
Yeah. No, that's crazy.
A long way from bottom 1 on launch.
Yeah, a long way from like unplayable. So we're here. Yeah, no, it's cool.
Playable Bedman.
It's cool. And again, a lot of people did end up thinking this was a nerf, but hopefully this does help clear some of the noise. I will put Tex. He streams on Twitch, especially his back runs or just his playing tower. I'll put his Twitch on the screen. I'll put his Discord on the screen, and his Twitter on the screen as well. So go.
Hit me up. You want Bedman matches? You want me to watch your VODs? Go ahead. Hit me up.
Go ahead.
I play this game too much.
But yeah, no, interested to see what the Bedman does. I mean, now he's actually fun to watch and see like works.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'll be all. Thank you for coming on, and until next time.
No problem.